he is translated to tuna fish. They say from a distance it looks like a tuna dorsal fin. Diamond Head Crater. Now in the 1800s, a group of British sailors found something shining in the crystal walls. They assumed it was diamond. That's how it got its name, Diamond Head. But it's actually calcite crystal. A little over 1,000 years ago, there was a volcanic eruption giving us a crater. The military used it to their favor in the 90s. It's where Fort Ruger was placed. That dome out there, Stan Sheriff Center, where University of Hawaii play their volleyball and basketball at. The maroon and yellow stadium stairs right there is Roosevelt High School. That is where Peter Hernandez went to school. You might know him as Bruno Mars. Then you got the brick roofs around the yellow and red dome over there. That is where former President Barack Obama went to school. Yeah. So, we talked briefly about Hawaii Homestead when we talked about the last Prince of Hawaii. And what exactly does that mean? So right on the hill here is Papakalia Hawaii Homestead. Now what it was, at least back in the day, of course you had to be 18 years or older, and you had to be 50% Hawaiian blood, and they give you a certain amount of land. You paid up to $1 in property tax up to 99 years. Well then they realized, you know, people are kind of cheating. They're marrying the Hawaiian, getting the land, and kind of... So they were like, you had to be a third Hawaiian to get the land. And now I believe it's like a 10th, and they're still even to this day kind of trying to fix it up. But that one's Papakalia Hawaii Homestead. There's several along the island here. There's actually only 5,000 pure-blooded Hawaiians left today. What I really love about Hawaii, of course it's beautiful, but same kind of like a lot of places, is 9 times out of 10, the beautiful spots that we see also have some historical context to it. So I can't really see it from here, but the Poly Lookout, if you ever get a chance, it's a nice little hike and it shows you a lot of the view of Oahu like we just saw. Now why that's so historic is, so when King Kamehameha was trying to unify all the islands, there was one stubborn island left, the island we're on now, Oahu. So he got 10,000 of his troops. They landed at the beach that was behind Kahanamoku statue that we saw way earlier today. And they basically pushed the army of Oahu off the punch bowl and basically went all through the island until they got to the Poly Lookout, the Poly Cliff, and they basically forced their hand, like basically die or join the monarchy. So that was kind of the last puzzle piece to officially make Hawaii the official kingdom of Hawaii instead of everybody kind of being a little random piece of advice that I got when I first got here. Got to be the most random piece of advice is, don't drive over the Poly Highway with pork in your car. Wow. Is that a threat? Like, like, is it illegal? I didn't know exactly what. And nobody, you know, I asked so many people, they confirmed that don't do it, but nobody ever gave me a reason. I'm like, well, I wasn't going to mess around and find out and do it myself, so I kind of did a little research, and again, Pele, the goddess of fire, she had an admirer, and her admirer was a pua'a. Now, pua'a means pork or pigman. Now, that was one of the reasons why women couldn't eat pork, because he was considered a god as well. So, they were kind of like eating their god, so, you know.